Josiah, it's wonderful seeing you today, but although it's wonderful seeing all the students, but I really enjoy seeing you too because you give me a greater perspective on what music is and what it can be. A lot of my theory and training is based off of just thousands of hours listening to music. And what I like about your curiosity with music now is you keep coming to the table with songs I've never heard before, but the idea and the takeaway is there is music in everything. And a lot of the rhythms you have are mostly just taking a beat and then dissecting it. So essentially, if you get your right hand rhythms, it's almost like playing. You're just doing your right hand rhythm that you would hear on a hi-hat on a drum and syncopating those. So what I'd like to start seeing is a little bit more of chords that we start to know and then moving them through. I think that you got a brand new instrument today, if that's what I remember hearing correctly. If so, great. Caveat to you, new instruments are wonderful. Put as much time as you can into it right now and break that sucker in. Get your fingers nice and tight with your spider exercises, and then change up your spider exercises a little bit. You've been doing them for a little minute. You've been using your first finger, working these all the way up. Why not try something a little bit different? The reason why I like spider exercises is if you think of these 4 frets as being 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, you can actually change that to 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, 2, 1, 4, 1, 2, 3 in real time. So what I just did was 1, 2, 3, 4, and then on the next fret, rather than starting with 1, 2, 3, 4, like the fret before, I start with 2, 3, 4, and then go back for that 1. The next line I start with 3, 4, and then go back for the 1 and 2. And then the next line I start with 4, and guess what? I go back to the 1, 2, and 3. Watch it in slow-mo, then watch it all together. Ooh, almost used the wrong finger. It's hard to do slow, I guess. What this allows us to do, the more you think about how to do what I just did, even 3, 2, 1, 4, 2, 1, 3, 4, 1, 4, 3, 2, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1, even doing them backwards. Ooh, that one was hard for me. What it does is it challenges our brain to make neuron synapses which work in tandem with our fingers and telling us what to do. So, if you know how to go you're just hearing this as minor seconds. There are 12 minor seconds between G and G. G, G sharp, A, B flat, B, C, C sharp, D, E flat, E, F, F sharp, G. When we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, there are 3 patterns of 4 which correlate to being a whole octave. Lo, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. So when we follow our whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step, no matter where we start that, do 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 do, we get an Ionian mode, a major scale, and we've been talking about this for a while. So what I want to do is go on to the next level, and that requires us just being able to do a simple pattern. C major, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, C major, D minor, play the same C major scale, but drop the first note and start with your second, meaning C major as C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. All those same notes are going to be played when you do D minor as the minor second, except you're not going to play C. You're going to start with the D tone. Second finger, second fret, thickest string, and you're going to add a D up top. So it'll sound like this all together now from the top. C, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, C, D minor, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, D minor, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E minor, F major, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F. Ooh, it should have been a half step, not a whole step. So, you see where I'm going with this? You're playing out the chord that you know from your C major, minor D, minor E, major 4, major 5, minor 6, diminished 7th, and still the same. Diminished 7th is still going to have a B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B. Okay? So try that this week. It's going to be showing us what our do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do is in every modal structure. And if you don't understand that each one of those are modes, who cares? You're still going to get your fingers where they need to be, right? I know you got a lot going on, but the secondary thing we're kind of working on this week is doing this. Thumb on the high G, pointer on the C. Thumb on the high G, pointer on the E. Thumb on the high G, pointer on the A. Feels silly, looks stupid, but here's what it's going to do. Your thumb's going to come around like you've been twirling your thumb or you're twirling string or whatever you want to call it. Here's what it'll look like. G, C, G, E, G, A. Bum, dong, 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 bum, dong. 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1. You're going to want to keep it about this speed until you can get that pretty solid. And as soon as you get it solid, go up by 10 BPM. Then add a chord like F major. Now take it away for a G, or a C9, or A minor 7. And how about an E7? A minor. And then maybe a C7. Back to an F. So what I'm trying to say is learn the right hand here for the do, 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 and throw any chord you know at it. What happens is you start making melodies and start making music. What I like to get it into is start keeping with our book reading, sight reading, being able to build these triads and chords. But let's get a little hands-on. Omit that thumb was what we tried with in the beginning. Now that you know how to play with your first finger, that's the lead finger. So if I was playing with C major 7, F major, to F minor, to C, B diminished, C, C, sus4, C minor, sus4, F minor, E7, C sharp minor. The possibilities are endless. So I really enjoyed seeing you this week. What we're going to do is we're going to go over a couple chord structures that you've been doing and working through and see how your diminished are also your sevenths in another key. Your G7, that's a B diminished. Your D7, that's a F diminished, or F sharp diminished rather. So what we're going to do is go through, do note associations when we have time, and see how we could write those on the grand staff and see how those correlate with all the notes in your books. Keep throwing tunes at me. I'm going to give you another video right here that has that Crater Boys tune, and jam along with that and see the chord structures and how they move. Keep the right hand rhythm simple. Other than that, it's good seeing you. This was our last session here at this studio. I will see you at the new location, 1888 Kamehameha, and I will give a text and an email the day before and the day of. Aloha, brother.